All right, let's jump to Sunday Night Football. We got the Packers at the Vikings. Vikings favored by 1.5. The total 46.5. Nothing really with the luck rankings. Minnesota 24th in luck. Green Bay 21st. So we like in the captain spot.
There's a ton of injuries to navigate through this game, but for the captain slot, I'm going to go with Ty Chandler because, Nick Mullins is coming off that 4-pick game. They just lost TJ Hawkinson for the season. Jordan Addison's banged up. I don't know if he'll play this week. If not, it's even more reason to just lean on the run, get the ball out of Nick Mullins' hands a bit. And Chandler has been the Vikings' best running back this season. It took them, 15 weeks to figure that out? They even traded for Cam Akers, but the whole time they had Ty Chandler just sitting in the wings. So even though Alexander Madison returned last week, they just kept him in a limited role. I think they finally consider, Chandler as the lead back. It's a good matchup for running backs against the Packers. And Chandler's, he's a good pass catching back. So if they need another pass catching option with Hawkinson or even Addison out, he does fit that bill. So I think there's a ton of pass for him to be the optimal captain play here. So I'm going to go with Ty Chandler.
I'm going to go with the chalk, Justin Jefferson in this spot. I think, it's with all the injuries to Minnesota and, Green Bay, obviously dealing with some injuries too. I think you can't afford to spend up for him. And he's had, he's played on 99% of the pass snaps over the past 2 weeks, 10 targets in each game. Could see even more with Hawkinson out and Addison banged up or out as well. So it's Justin Jefferson all the way for me. I definitely think you can afford going heavier on him than most weeks in the captain spot. Who do you like for value?
I like Tucker Kraft. He's been huge in Luke Musgrave's absence. I mean, he's played even more than Musgrave did when he was healthy. And he's seen a 90% routes run rate and 4 catches in 3 straight games now. The one thing that I have to mention is Luke Musgrave might return this week. So we're going to have to monitor his status. If Musgrave does return, I could see this turning into like a full-blown 50-50 committee. We'll have to see. But if he is held out, I love Kraft here. And we'll also have to monitor all the wide receivers that are banged up for the Packers. You got Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks are all potential game-time decisions. So they'll impact Kraft's projection as well. But ultimately, it's going to come down to Musgrave's availability. But if he's out again, love rolling with Kraft.
Yeah, it's just kind of early in the week to know what's going to happen, but definitely something to monitor in terms of those Packer receiver injuries and obviously Musgrave at tight end. I'm gonna go with KJ Osborne here. 5 catches, 95 and a touchdown last week with Hawkinson going down and Addison going down. Even if Addison plays, remember earlier in the year, Addison was more of the third wide receiver, played more in obvious passing situations, but not as much on early downs. I think you could see that if Addison, plays through an injury this week. And Minnesota is going to need some guys to throw the ball to. And so, Justin Jefferson, obviously great play, but Osborne could be productive. We've seen Osborne be productive, when he's kind of up in terms of that target totem pole. So, like Osborne this week against the Pack. Who do you like for dart throws?
I like Josh Oliver, but now that TJ Hawkinson's officially out for the season with his torn ACL, Oliver will probably be pretty popular because he's probably going to be the starting tight end, at least the main pass-catching tight end. Johnny Munt actually ran a couple more routes than him last week. We're still trying to figure out why that was. Maybe
he was
injured. So maybe we'll uncover something where Johnny Munt's actually the play. But as of now, I would assume that it's going to be Josh Oliver. They had to kind of scramble because Hawkinson got hurt in game. So maybe with a week to prepare, they're going to want Josh Oliver to be the true TJ Hawkinson replacement. He's stepped up anytime he's seen, playing time or targets this year. He's looked pretty good. So I think he could catch 3 to 5 passes here. But again, if everybody's gravitating toward Josh Oliver, maybe it'd be time to pivot to Johnny Munt. But either way, I think either one or both of these tight ends are going to be in play now with TJ Hawkinson out.
Yeah, and they did pay Oliver, almost $11 million guaranteed for 3 years. So I would think that he does take over that lead role this week, as long as he's healthy. I'm gonna go with Malik Heath he could be anywhere from the second to the fifth wide receiver for the Packers this week. With Watson and Reed missing last week, and then Wicks going down in game, Heath ran around on 76% of the dropbacks. Didn't do much, but I think that's kind of good for a dart throw. He is targeted on 20% of his routes this year. He has gotten in the end zone, so I think he does have some upside here. And I almost would like it more if all of the other guys suit up, because I think then no one will really touch him. And we'll see what happens with Bo Melton. He's been elevated 3 times, so they'd have to sign him to the active roster. As of this recording, they haven't, but they could, so monitor that as well. But either way, he should be active, and he should be in the rotation somewhere, and he does have some ability here. So like him as a dart, but kind of a post hype dart throw against Minnesota.